My beloved child, something extraordinary is about to be revealed to you. Not a small thing, not a minor adjustment to the edges of your life. What is coming for you is a complete, breathtaking, full circle arrival at a place you have been walking toward for longer than you realize. The reason you are hearing these words right now, the reason this moment is happening at all, is that the one who walks ahead of you on every road has been preparing this territory for a long time. And now the time has come to tell you what lies ahead. My sheltered one, before the destination, let me speak about the one who walks beside you. Because everything else that follows flows from understanding who is beside you. Not distant, not observing from some removed and comfortable place. Beside you, close enough to hear your breathing change, close enough to notice when your steps slow down, and when the weight you are carrying begins to show in the way you hold your shoulders, close enough to know the exact moment when you need reassurance, and when you need strength, and when you need simply to be told that you have not been forgotten. That is who walks with you. That is who has been with you on every road. The role of one who truly cares for another is not passive. A good guide does not set up camp in a comfortable meadow and wait for those in their care to figure out where the good grass is. A guide who loves well goes out first. He walks the territory before his people arrive, looking for the places where the water runs clean, and the ground is safe, and the nourishment is thick and real. He identifies where the path grows too dangerous and finds the way around. He memorizes the landscape so that when those he loves are moving through unfamiliar territory, he can guide them with confidence, with authority, with the specific knowledge of someone who has already been there. That is what has been happening in your life, long before you arrived at this present moment. The one who loves you was already here. Long before the current challenge you are facing became the challenge you are facing, the solution was already being prepared. Long before you felt the weight of the need pressing down on you, the provision was already in motion. You arrive at each new stretch of your journey to find that things have been made ready for you, not because of anything you engineered, not because of your perfect planning or your strategic wisdom, or your ability to see around corners. The preparation was already underway before you knew it was needed. This is the foundation of everything. When you feel lost, the one who loves you already knows the way. When you feel unsupplied, the provision has already been identified. When you feel afraid of what lies ahead, the ground ahead has already been walked, and what is there is already known. You are never going somewhere the love that covers you has not already been. Now, let the weight of that settle into you. Let it change the way you are breathing right now, because fear cannot coexist with that truth. Not the kind of fear that paralyzes, not the kind that makes you want to turn around and go back to what is familiar, even though what is familiar was keeping you small. When you truly understand that what covers you has gone ahead, fear loses its hold. You still feel the normal human uncertainty that comes with moving into unknown territory. But underneath that uncertainty is a foundation that does not shake. The road ahead of you has already been walked by the one who loves you completely, and he is guiding you exactly where you need to go. Every tear that has fallen from your eyes on this journey was counted. Every single one. Not as an observer who noted the data and filed it away somewhere, but as someone who was moved by each one, who felt each one, who held space for the pain that produced each one. The sleepless stretches, when the worries that are easy to manage during daylight hours grow large and heavy in the quiet. Those were not hidden from the one who watches over you. The long, dark hours were known. His voice was the one that eventually spoke peace into the storm of your thoughts and brought you back from the edge of despair to a place where you could breathe again. and remember that the light would return. The battles you have fought without anyone else knowing you were fighting them, those quiet internal wars against doubt and disappointment, and the fear that things would never change, every one of those battles was witnessed. The courage it took to keep going when giving up would have been so much easier was noticed. The faith you exercised in moments when faith was incredibly difficult to hold on to was seen. The prayers you prayed even when you were not sure they were being heard, every one of those prayers arrived. Not one was lost in transit. Not one bounced off some ceiling and fell back to the ground unanswered. Every prayer has been working in the unseen territory of your life, producing things that will soon become visible in your circumstances. The history of your walk with the one who loves you is a history of faithfulness. His faithfulness. Look back over the road you have already traveled and look honestly at it, including the difficult parts, including the seasons you would rather forget, including the times you wandered away from the path and found yourself in territory that was not meant for you. Even in those seasons, even in those wandering places, the love that covers you did not stop looking for you. He did not sit down and wait for you to find your own way back. He came after you. He left everything to find you and bring you back. That is the kind of care you have. That is the kind of love that has been following you all the days of your life. So when you look at the road ahead and the uncertainty rises, let this history be your answer to it. He has never let you go before. He has never lost track of you before. He has never failed to provide for you, even in the seasons when the provision came in ways you did not expect, or at times you did not plan for. The track record behind you is perfect, and a guide with a perfect track record is worthy of a trust that does not waver when the road gets hard. Now let your attention turn forward to what is coming, to the green places and the still waters that you are being led toward, to the provision that has already been prepared and is making its way toward you even as you hear these words. The plan for your life is not a plan of barely enough. This is important to hear because there are voices in your world, internal and external, that have been telling you to expect less, to want less, to quiet down the hopes that feel too large for someone like you to legitimately hold. Those voices are not from the one who loves you. The God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills does not provide in the manner of a reluctant employer who gives out the minimum required to keep the workforce satisfied. When he provides in the manner of a father who delights in blessing his children. The provision that is being prepared for your journey ahead is generous. It is the kind of provision that addresses not only what you asked for, but also what you forgot to ask for. The practical things, the financial weight that has been pressing down on your household, the needs that have felt urgent and pressing and sometimes embarrassing in their complexity, all of them are seen, and the provision coming toward you is calibrated to exactly what is needed, plus an overflow that will surprise you. You will receive what you asked for, and then look around and find that something else you had quietly given up hoping for has also been addressed. That is the nature of how God provides. Not only the answered prayer you prayed, also the longing you stopped voicing because it felt too much to hope for. Your household, the ones who eat at your table and share your roof and carry the same daily concerns that you carry, they are covered in this provision too, not separately from you, together with you. The blessing coming to you carries capacity to flow outward to the ones connected to you. What arrives for you is not only for your individual relief, it is a blessing with width, with reach, with the ability to touch every person who is woven into the fabric of your life. The family members who have been struggling, the ones whose struggles you carry in your heart, even when you cannot fix their problems, they are seen too. The prayers you have lifted on their behalf have been collected and held. and are even now being answered in ways that will unfold over the coming stretch of your journey. What you could not do for them with your own hands or your own resources or your own wisdom, God is doing. Trust Him with the people you love. They are in His hands just as surely as you are. Now consider what it means to have a guide who plans for the journey and not just for the resting places. A guide who is only interested in getting his people to comfortable spots would never be able to navigate the terrain that lies between those comfortable spots. The fact that God provides in the green meadows is wonderful, but equally reassuring is that God is faithful in the passages between the meadows, the in-between stretches, the places where the ground is dry and the path is narrow and the destination still feels far away. He knows those stretches too. He does not leave when the landscape gets rough. He is, in fact, most actively present in the rough stretches, the most intentional in His guiding. This means that the difficult season you may be navigating right now is not a sign that heaven has lost interest in your welfare. It means you are in one of the in-between passages, and the one who loves you is right here, working, guiding, protecting, providing even when the provision is not yet visible. The path is about to open up, but even before it opens, you are not alone in it. The still waters that you are being led beside are worth speaking about at length, because the concept of still waters is not just about external peace, not just about the circumstances of your life becoming calm and ordered and easy. Still waters represent something that happens inside you before it happens around you. The peace that God gives is an internal reality first. It is the settled quality in your soul that holds firm even when the external landscape is chaotic. It is the ability to breathe deeply even when everything around you is urging you to panic. It is the quiet knowing that you are held, that you are guided, that you are provided for, even in the middle of a situation that does not yet look like it is resolving. This internal peace is something the world cannot give and cannot take away. Circumstances can create a kind of surface-level calm when things are going well, but the peace that comes from God goes all the way down to the foundation of who you are. It does not depend on how well things are going. It depends on who is walking with you, and God never changes, which means the peace He gives never has to be revoked. Let that peace come into you now. Let it go all the way down to the places inside you that are still tense, still braced for impact, still waiting for the next hard thing to land. Let it reach those places. You do not have to manufacture it. You do not have to pretend that everything is fine when it is not. You just have to let the one who is with you bring what only He can bring. And He is bringing it right now, in this moment, as these words land in the soil of your heart. The restoration that is part of your journey ahead is worth naming specifically, because restoration is not just the replacement of what was lost. Restoration in the hands of God is something far better than returning to where you were before the loss. Restoration is the arrival at a place that is better than the place you left. He does not put things back the way they were simply because that was better than where things are now. God restores toward something greater than what existed before. What was broken in your life, what was taken, what was lost through difficulty, or through your own mistakes, or through the unfaithfulness of other people, He can restore all of it, and restore it into something that carries more beauty, more depth, more purpose than the original. This is one of the most stunning things about walking with God. The broken places in your history are not dead ends in His hands. They are materials He works with. He takes the broken pieces and makes something that could not have been made from unbroken pieces. The depth of compassion you carry for other people who are suffering, where did it come from? It came from your own suffering. The ability to sit with someone in their pain without trying to rush them through it. Where did that come from? It came from the season when someone sat with you in yours. The wisdom that makes you trustworthy in difficult situations, where did that come from? It came from living through difficult situations and having God walk you through them. The broken places were not wasted. They were producing in you exactly the qualities that make you who you are, and who you are becoming, and who you will be when the restoration arrives in its fullness.